Hello and welcome to Money Talks. I'm Ed Marshall. Will the American dream still include owning your own home? We'll examine that issue on our show today, and we'll tell you about some programs that may help you turn the key to your own home. We'll be right back.
Weeknights at midnight on LAE.
Well, welcome back to Money Talks. I'm your host, Ed Marshall, of course. I have some very important news to share with you. Since 1986, there's been a very important housing counseling service in New Orleans, and it's called the Neighborhood Development Foundation, and it has been a continuous program since its inception. And I'm so happy to be the chairman of NDF this year. And of course, you've seen Fred Johnson, the CEO of NDF, on this show several times talking about financial counseling, because most people want the American dream, the dream of owning their own home. I am so excited today to have two people with me who have agreed to be the co-chairs of the big fundraiser that enables Neighborhood Development Foundation to operate. With me to my immediate left is my dear friend, Ms. Rosalind Pacho. And of course, Rosalind, I need not tell you anything about NDF because you were the past executive director of NDF, and you served for many years and did so many remarkable things, including helping to get an actual home of its own on Rampart Street. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ed. It's a pleasure being here.
Good to see you. And of course, next to her is a man who was on the show just a couple of months ago dealing with Louisiana issues for the state. And he is the pro tem of the House of Representatives of the state of Louisiana. But this time he has a different hat on. He's serving as our co-chair for the NDF House Party. Let's go to Ms. Pacho. Tell us why NDF is so important to the region, really.
It is important to the region, and you know, I'm always passionate about New Orleans and the fact that NDF has been around since 1986 and helping create wealth for families in the city of New Orleans. And we're talking about faces of affordability and the fact that the people who go through the program are individuals who are working people who get educated about the home buying process. Education is key to it all.
Exactly.
And we try, Fred Johnson and the staff that try very hard to demystify the process, because when you go into a lender and you have some understanding of what they're supposed to do and what you're supposed to do, it makes the whole process go a lot easier. So yes, I've been with NDF. I was there for 17 years as its executive director, and as Fred Johnson explained to me, I created this whole idea of the NDF House Party, which began in the lobby of Hibernia Bank.
Yeah.
And using teller windows as bars and that kind of thing. But it's an event that gives persons in the community the opportunity to support an organization that's doing so much good and helping to build wealth.
Of course, now it's moved over for the last several years to the main office of First NBC Bank at 210 Barone Street.
That is correct, and that is where the event will be and has been for the last, I guess, 6 or 7 years.
Ashton Ryan has been very gracious about that. And tell us the date and what people can expect on that night.
Well, the date is March 28th, and it's a party. It's the New Orleans kind of party. There is we created this year the NDF Marketplace.
Yes.
Which is where items will be for sale and marked for that price, and we're looking for auction items, for donor items for that marketplace.
And we're going to do this in lieu of the auctions that most people have, because sometimes that ties people up. It doesn't get everybody to enjoy. And not only that, you see the price, you know what it is.
And you go for it.
And you go for it.
That's correct.
I love that.
We will have a couple of live auction items. We will have from the Grill Treehouse in the Grill Jamaica.
Yes.
We will have a trip there, lodging on the beach.
I was down there. I tried to peek over to get in there last year, and it's nice. So hopefully I'll win it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if I have to give it back since I'm the chairman.
Yeah, well, you can set the price.
If the price is right.
Yeah, the price is right.
Gail Jackson is fabulous down in Jamaica. We thank her so much because she's been gracious to do that for several years.
She's been a supporter for the organization for a long, long time.
We're going to circle back and come back to more of that. But let's talk to Mr. Leger III, because I want to First of all, congratulate your dad, being selected as the chair of the New Orleans Bar Association. He's been a dear friend and a dear friend of NDF, so give him our best.
I will. It's a great honor. He's pleased to be able to serve in that role, and we're very proud of him.
Yeah. Well, tell us why you decided to come on as co-chair. Besides, I would assume that Rosalind didn't try to just wrestle you and say, you're going to do it.
Look, when Rosalind Pacho calls, I answer, and she's been a dear friend for a long time. But she certainly didn't have to wrestle me. She just asked if I would be willing to help, and I was thrilled to. It's an amazing organization. It addresses the things that we all talk about as policymakers in Baton Rouge and around the city of New Orleans all the time, which is how do you help people to build the most stable and productive life that they can possibly have. And we've talked about it. You hit the nail on the head in the beginning. It's about that American dream of home ownership. And when you see an organization that's helped thousands of people in our city, we're talking about the real working people of our city. Right. The average family that's helped is a family of 3. Many of them are female-led households, and they make right around the median income of the people of the city of New Orleans, and thousands of them have become homeowners because of this program. Oh. And thousands more have been trained in financial literacy and doing all of the things that are important to building a fiscally stable life. It's like fiscal management 101. And so what we know is when you own a home, and when you build home ownership, you create really stable and solid communities. We see it in the city of New Orleans now. Our city continues to become more and more stable because home ownership is growing because of NDF and programs like this. It means better outcomes in school. It means higher achievement in math and English. It means that students are less likely. Kids who live in homes that their parents own are less likely to drop out of school and more likely to get more education and be more productive citizens. It's exactly the kind of thing that we need to keep building on, and this organization is on the front line.
And of
so
course,
it's great.
It goes into all dynamics. It cuts down on crime in the city. Mm-hmm. It builds communities. It's just fantastic. You mentioned some numbers, and I want to make sure that people know this is not a hand-me-out program. These people have to work and earn this. And something that was really significant that Fred did was kind of broke down those numbers in terms of total sales of housing. $268 million has been added to this economy, and the total number of houses financed over 180 million. That's a lot.
Finance, right? So
that's a
it's people borrowing money, working for a living, and paying off their mortgage. You know, I mean, like you want people to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's what makes America great, the opportunity for people to borrow money and purchase a home and have that piece of earth that's theirs and that they can build upon. I think it's just an unbelievable
And what program. I do like too, it goes through all ethnicities. African Americans, white, Hispanic, Asian, all have contributed and have gotten houses out of this program.
It's representative of New Orleans. New Orleans is referred to often as a gumbo.
Right.
And the theme of this house party is Faces of Affordability. So it doesn't matter, it's a mixture, and we want to continue to build on that. And we want the lenders and people in the community to support the organization. In order for us to keep doing what we're doing at the Neighbor Development Foundation, we need people in the community to buy tickets, be sponsors.
It's a beautiful picture. First NBC Bank is a beautiful location.
We just had people.
That's all.
And the gala, it starts at 7:30. The patron party's at 6:30.
Right.
6:30 at the boardroom upstairs.
Boardroom upstairs at First NBC Bank. It starts, as you said, at 6:30. The tickets for the patron party are $100. Okay. The tickets for the gala are $75. You can go on the website.
More information. Put that up for us, please.
You can go on the website and you can purchase a ticket on the website. You can make a donation to the organization. You can get a donor form and contribute to the NDF marketplace, or you can give us a great auction item.
That's it. So we really want you to come out for this because this is what keeps this program running. So we look forward to seeing you out there. We know we can depend on the public. And again, thank you all for being with us. Get out those dancing shoes because I plan to dance with Gita Brown and Roz Pacho. And we've never seen Mr. Walt dance before, so that'll be interesting.
You got to show up that night, buy a ticket, and I'll be happy to put on the show.
We can make that happen. So we have a couple of sponsors that are already in place.
Yes.
And I think right now we have the primary sponsor. FNBC is naturally our key sponsor, but I think the Capital One has made a contribution of what, $20,000 to the event.
Yeah.
Yes.
All righty. Well, I'm out of time, but look, you guys, we'll come back or we'll do a wrap up after the party. This is going to run the entire month of March because it's on March 28th, so you've got time to see it and get out there and get involved.
And go to that website and buy that ticket.
ndf-neworleans.org, and thank you for your leadership on this too, Ed.
They're awesome, and
It's great to have good people connected to such a great organization.
and you're a wonderful chairman.
Thank you, guys. All right, that's going to do it for this segment. We'll be back with more after this, so stay right here.
Fridays at 7 p.m. on LAE.
Well, welcome back. This is our Crime Stoppers Minute with Darlene Costanza, the president and CEO of Crime Stoppers. Good to see you again, as always.
Thank you, Ed.
A recent survey came out for the NOPD, and it talked about, well, you tell us.
Well, it talked about the perception from the community of their service, their relationship in the community. And Crime Stoppers historically has been involved in this survey. So there's two questions that ask: do you know who Crime Stoppers are? And would you use Crime Stoppers to report anonymously? We always are in the top percentiles. We had a 90% response rate that people will give us anonymous information. The biggest thing is, though, always making sure the community understands that we're not the police.
Right.
We are a separate organization with wonderful board members, and we're there to kind of be that buffer between the citizens and law enforcement. So you're never going to be identified. It's always an anonymous process.
And of course, you've just said it in a nutshell. That's our minute. And for people who want to get in touch, who think they have a tip for Crime Stoppers, how do they do that?
They can either call us at the 822-1111 number, you hear every day. You can go to our email address, which is crimestoppersgno.org, hit the post a tip file, little tile, and that comes through anonymously. And you can text us or go to our Facebook app as Tip Submit. Everything is encrypted, so there's nothing that's going to lead back to your information.
Super. All right. We appreciate you coming
Thank
in.
you.
That's going to do it for our Crime Stoppers Minute. We'll be right back.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Welcome back to Money Talks. House mortgages are the buzzword these days. People looking for to be a part of the American dream. And joining me now is Mr. Mtimishi St. Julian, who's the Executive Director of the Finance Authority of New Orleans. It's good to see you as always.
Ed, always good to be here.
Before we get into your specific program, let's talk, generically about mortgages right now in terms of interest rates. Just for where are they right now in terms of just geographically, nationally? What kind of rates are we looking at for people who want to buy a house?
It's amazing that interest rates have remained so low for so long. Mm-hmm. I remember when interest rates were 12%, 8%, 7%.
Scary.
Look, right now that you can get an interest rate to buy a home at 3.75%.
Wow.
4%, 4.25. Anything under 5% is considered low, yeah. And they are low right now. So this is still the time to take advantage and get a home.
Yeah. So this is the time to strike if you want to.
That is correct.
Okay. Let's talk about a special program that's coming up with the Finance Authority of New Orleans. I want you to kind of explain to our audience what that program is, and the fact that the income for this program is $82,000 and below for people that can qualify for this.
That's correct. The City Council set up the Finance Authority of New Orleans many years ago to help people during those high interest rate environments to get lower interest rates. But the interest rates have been low. But we have found that especially the first-time home buyer has a problem getting the down payment and closing cost assistance. They may be able to afford that low interest rate mortgage, but they need that down payment and closing costs. So we're introducing a new program with a 4% grant to help people get those particular homes. So what they can do to qualify is come in, get that low interest loans from one of our participating lenders. And the unique thing about our particular program is that usually HUD limits housing finance agencies like us to serve families of 115% of area median income. But because of the unique challenges of Orleans Parish with our high cost of insurance and because of the challenges of recovery, we were able to win an appeal. And now we can serve families up to 140% of area median income. And for Orleans Parish, that's $82,320 and below.
And that's
any family up to $82,320 we can serve.
That's unheard of. But, you know.
That's right.
Tell us about the credit score, the different things like that they need to have in place.
Most of the lenders are looking for a 640 credit score minimum. And we certainly what we call a 45% debt to income ratio. That means your debt shouldn't be any more than 45% of your monthly income. When you say debt, we're talking about your automobile loan, your student loans, your credit card debt. Those are what we mean a debt to income ratio. It should not be any more than 45% of your gross monthly income. Now, for those who are right at the borderline, we certainly encourage you to get home buyer training.
Right.
We encourage that all the time, and I know we just had NDF on your program. And we encourage people to look at NDF as one of our partners who has helped a lot of people raise their credit scores and prepare themselves to become homeowners. And we're ready to offer that 4% grant in this new program to help them become homeowners.
So they can take advantage of this
That's
kind of
correct.
situation. Super. Are there other parishes out there that are doing some things like this?
Oh, yeah. Jefferson Parish has a similar program like ours. I don't know if they're able to serve up to 140% of area median income, but certainly 115% of area median income. So Jefferson Parish is also doing a good job in helping a lot of people.
When will this program start, and how long will it run?
We're starting the program in the middle of March 6th, I think Monday, March the 16th, and we have no closing date. We're going to be moving this thing on because this thing is, we have enough money and enough grant money to just keep this thing going.
And those grant monies are coming from?
It's self-generated.
Okay.
Because when we look at the interest rates each day, we put a little percentage above the interest rate in order for it to raise the monies for the down payment and closing cost assistance.
Okay.
And it's been very, very successful all over the country.
Super. And of course, people that are interested in that, they can also always call your phone number over at the Finance Authority, as well as go to the website. And that phone number is
524-5533. Okay. That's 524-5533.
All right. MT, it's always a good chance. Good time to see you.
Good to see
Appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you at that NDF house party that raises money for that credit counseling.
You'll see us there.
Okay. We appreciate you. All righty. We'll be back with more news right after this, so don't go away.
A new team, new editorial resources.
The same objective analysis of the top business news of the day.
Every weeknight, complete market coverage.
With the business and economic stories that are crucial to you.
Nightly business report.
Weeknights at 5:30 p.m. on WLAE.
And it's time now for our Ask Ashton segment. Community leader Ashton Ryan was a pioneer in creating what's called the Community Lending Pool, and a number of other institutions have followed suit. The program provides alternative mortgage financing products to meet the needs of borrowers who are currently unable to qualify for secondary market loans as a result of tightening credit guidelines. With that in mind, Adam Chandler of LaPlace wants to know if community lending pools are still viable because of his credit score concerns.
And credit scores often don't have anything to do with whether you can make the payment or not. They have to do with your behavior on dealing with credit in your life and how much you have, what percentage of it is utilized versus the total available, what your monthly payment amount is. All those aspects of credit are measured in a credit score. And many times a person has the ability to afford a house and to make the payments. They have a good job with good longevity, they have good history, but their problem is they have bad credit and therefore the bad credit score. So I always believe that a community pool which ignored credit score and looked at other aspects of underwriting. Does the person have a marketable skill? Does the person have a job and longevity? Maybe not the same company, maybe they do move around trying to get a better job, but are they hired right after they leave the previous one? Do they have a history of being able to pay the note? Many times people's rents are less than their mortgage payment, especially with today's low mortgage rates. If that's the case, why, if somebody paid the rent for 5 or 10 years, never missed a payment, why are we worried that they're not going to make the mortgage payment when they actually have an asset being enhanced by every payment they make, when they have an interest in the American dream, which is owning your own home and building value and net worth? So I really believe that the community pool is the right way to do things.
Adam, hopefully that answers your question. If you have a question for Ashton Ryan, contact us at Money Talks with Ed Marshall. We'll be right back.
Watch WLAE Digital Broadcast Channel 32.4 for VEME, the Spanish broadcast public television network created for the United States Hispanic market. VEME delivers drama, music, sports, news, current affairs, lifestyle, and educational preschool programs to viewers.
Welcome back to Money Talks. You know, we always are looking for ways to save money, and more, especially when you have children. You have lots of things that are plugged in around your house and things that we think that are not pulling energy, but they are. But enough about that, because I'm not the expert, but a person that's next to me is, and that's Mr. Alex Scott. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Alex, you are the developer, president of Energy Smart?
Program manager.
Program manager of Energy Smart. First of all, tell us, how did this program come to be here in terms of relationship with the City Council and also with Entergy?
Okay. Well, the Energy Smart program is a program that was developed by the New Orleans City Council. It's administered by Entergy New Orleans. And then I work for a national operation that all we do is implement energy efficiency programs for utilities called Clear Result. So City Council started to have this idea way back in about 2005. We actually got off the ground in about 2009, and it's been operating in the city since that time.
Okay. What's been some of the results of some of what you all are doing?
It's been great. We've saved at this point almost 40 million kilowatt hours. It's hard to have an equivalent to that, but
I was about to say, for people at home, what can we break that down a little bit more for them?
Well, I can tell you from where that comes.
Okay.
We've got a couple different programs dealing with businesses and homes, where we just help you save energy. In businesses, we'll work with lighting, with HVAC, which is like air conditioning, chillers, and just anything that might be energy inefficient that we can help make more efficient. We provide incentives for to help offset some of the cost of upgrading those things.
That's fantastic. So someone who's interested, they get in touch with you guys. Y'all come out and take an assessment of their house or whatever they're doing. Is that that's a free service? I would assume. That's in the city proper.
Yeah. Initially, typically it's free. We maintain a whole list of program certified contractors. Those are all on our website at energysmartnola.com.
Okay, we're going to put that up too so people can see that. Okay.
All right. There you can find, if you'd like to get an energy assessment of your home, contractor to come out, take a look at the things that they think will help you consume less energy, provide you with a report, then in most cases actually do the work to help you start saving money right then and there.
Are you finding that there are other parishes that are in our metro area who are looking at also getting involved in this process?
Actually, these programs have been around New Orleans since 2009, and just in November of 2014, these programs became available to Entergy Louisiana customers as well.
Right.
The folks in the surrounding New Orleans metropolitan area can now take advantage of very similar programs.
And so they'd also go to the same website?
They can, or it's Entergy Solutions Louisiana.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Okay. This looks like we would think it would be a basic big strip that you can plug all kind of things into. And a lot of people think that once they're not on their computer or they're not on their Xbox or whatever, that it's not being used. But that's not so. The energy is still
That's right. Yeah. So those devices, those peripheral devices, we'll call them, they go into standby mode when they're not in use.
Okay.
You know, so you see that little red light on them.
Right.
You know, the device is still on. You know, they're doing updates, they're doing software updates, and that kind of thing. They're still drawing energy. So what this does is you plug into a control switch, and then you plug the rest of your peripheral devices in. So you can plug in your PlayStation, your DVR, your 8-track player if you still got one of those. And then when the TV turns off.
I have one.
What's that? When the TV turns off, it actually takes each of those devices out of standby mode. And this is important because in standby mode, like a typical PlayStation 3, Xbox, or that kind of device will consume as much electricity in a year as does a small refrigerator.
That's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this helps eliminate that. So do people buy this, or is this given to them? How do you? Is it purchased? Or?
Yeah, you can purchase them. It's kind of hard to find them like in big box retail stores because they're a little bit more expensive than a standard power strip. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those don't carry them. You can buy them right now. We do have a place available, EnergySmart.NOLA.com, where you can buy an advanced power strip and 6 CFL light bulbs in a package.
Okay.
And have it delivered directly to your home.
So some of the main things you ought to do when you're going to do the assessment is to find how much energy is being pulled.
That's right.
And this also includes like your appliances. I mean, can you hook your big appliances into these things as well, or?
It wouldn't. You can do it either at a home entertainment center or like a PC center. So for your printers and then your monitors and those things when they go into standby mode.
Okay.
And those are some pretty big energy consumers. The other big energy consumers you'll see in your home are air conditioning.
Let's
is
talk
the
about that.
number one thing.
Because it's going to be hot in a few. Even though we're just in February, we're just in March. It's going to be hot very soon.
It's coming up soon. So, what people don't typically know, they think that the things that they interact with on a daily basis are those things that are drawing the most energy at home. Space cooling, space heating, and water heating account for about 70% of homes' energy consumption on a yearly basis. So anything that you can do to curtail the energy consumption in those devices helps out quite a bit. So like I said, you can visit the website. You can get an energy assessment. Energy assessment come out and figure out those things that you need to do. If you're going to buy a new air conditioner, what you want to look for is the SEER rating. The higher the SEER rating, the better.
These are the units that go in the windows, or these are just the standalones outside your house?
Yeah,
as well?
so it's actually both.
Okay.
And we provide incentives for both. So
Okay.
if you were to purchase a window unit in a store, there's a mail-in rebate form that you can find on our website and get about $35 to $50 taken off the cost of that. And that also counts for the large kind of standalone units outside.
And one last question: if you already have your air conditioner, there are things that you can attach to it to help it not use as much energy.
That's right. Well, we can do an AC tune-up.
Gotcha.
So an AC tune-up is, we come out, an air conditioner is just like your car. You got to tune it up from time to time to make it operate better. A contractor would come out, take a look at it. He can recharge the refrigerant, which needs recharging periodically. They can clean it because the condenser coils get dirty just because they're outside all the time. And they can also do something which is relatively new to what we're doing here in New Orleans, which is just the airflow.
Okay.
And that's one of those things where you'll instantly feel a change in the air quality in your home. You'll feel that cooler air coming in a lot more easily and more freely. So that's one of those nice things about this AC program.
I can see your business. I could talk to you forever, but we got to wrap up. Alex, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to definitely get this out to our public because this is something that everybody can use. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
We'll have more of the show after this, so stay ready. We're out of time. Until next month, remember, it's your money. Make it work for you. Do something good for yourself, do something good for someone else, and be well. We'll see you.